All right, Justine, the pilot. Okay, so basically you can do these first three actions. You're not going to be able to do a level 6 stunt because you're not level 6 and you're also not level 12. These first two are very simple. This third one is basically this list over here. Don't worry, I will go over it quickly. But basically the things that you will be doing is every turn during the helm phase, you are going to be doing a piloting check using your piloting skill to roll initiative. As I mentioned in the overview, you want to roll as high as you can and you want to go last because it's going to allow you to position yourself better so that you can, open up fire, whatever it is you want to do. Now, the very first thing you can do is you can just fly the ship. You don't need to do a stunt. You don't need to do anything fancy. It does not... It's just move the ship. It says what it does what it says on the tin. The next thing you can do is maneuver, which is by doing a DC 15 plus 1.5 times the ship's tier. I have calculated all of your difficulties up here. So for maneuver, it's 15 plus 1.5 times ship tier. Shift tier is 3. That makes it a DC 18. So anytime you want to do a maneuver, it's going to be a DC 18. What that does is that whole thing that I was talking about not being able to turn on a dime, you can ignore that so long as you do the maneuver ability. If you fail the check, you do not get to do the ability. You don't get the improved maneuverability. Last thing you can do is the stunts. Now, stunts are going to be something you're absolutely going to be doing and you're going to want to do because they're fun and awesome. They have their own rules. I have all of their DCs calculated out over here for you. Back off is basically you get to throw the ship in reverse and back the ship up. It is difficult to do to be, in the middle of a race, just start flying your ship backwards. Hence why this is a difficulty. If you fail the check, you do not move. And if you fail the check by 5 or more, you take a -4 to the AC of the ship for the next round. The next ability is barrel roll. So what barrel roll does is it's basically, say the right side of the ship had taken a bunch of damage, but the left side of the ship was doing totally okay. You can barrel roll the ship so that you show them the stronger, more heavily shielded side of the ship instead. Same rules apply here where if you fail, you move only half speed. If you fail by more than 5, you don't move and you take the -4 AC. Evade basically allows you to take evasive maneuvers. Again, I'm skipping over the DCs because they're all over here. And it gives you plus 2 to your AC and your target lock. Now, if you fail this by 5 or more, you get -2 to your AC the next round, but you get to move as normal. Flip and burn basically is to just on a dime, turn the ship over, move, face the other direction. This is great if you're being chased and you just want to turn the fuck around and just start shooting this person in the friggin' grill. It is not an easy DC, but it is super cool if you can pull it off. And if you fail it, you only move half speed and you don't get to rotate. Flyby. Now, this is going to be one of your bread and butter moves for when you want high risk, high reward. It's a very high DC. I think the flyby, so it's an 18. You have a +7 to your piloting, so it's not a gimme for you. You have a good chance at it. That's 11 or better, but it's not a gimme. This check basically allows you to fly through an enemy ship's space, and you get to fire at any one of their arcs. So if they have all of their armors in front of their ship and you want to shoot at their aft, you fly through and you get to shoot at their aft. Very high risk, very high reward. Slide is basically you get to drift the ship sideways if you're trying to strafe something. Basically, says what it does. You only move half speed if you fail. Turn in place basically you don't really need to do any, or you basically just sit in place and you may turn. You get basically no movement out of it, but you're basically able to move yourself kind of like a turret and kind of spin around. If you have any questions on any of these, please let me know, because I know that was a lot of stuff. But basically, you're going to fly. Potentially, you're going to use the maneuver on occasion if you need to make a tight turn on the race. And then you're probably going to want to be doing barrel rolls, evades, and flybys are going to be the real things you're going to use in the race. Flip and burn, slide, turn in place, back off are much more situational.